Hey everybody, it's Safi and Marco, Dish on the Movies, and today we are going to talk about or review a trailer that came out today that is the sequel to the original Ghostbusters movies. There were two of them, one in 1984 and the last one in 1989. This has nothing to do with that other Ghostbusters movie that came out a few years ago. It's just, excuse me, it's just these original ones that came out in the 80s. And Ivan Reitman, and if I'm not pronouncing it right, I'm sorry. He was the director of these movies, and his son, Jason Reitman, is the director of this movie. It's called, let's see. Marco, what's the name of it?
Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Afterlife. Okay, well, here it is. I took all these messy notes, and they're all over the place, and usually it's all written out, so sorry about that. And some of the original people in it from the earlier Ghostbusters movies are Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson, Sigourney Weaver, and Annie Potts.
Talk about the trailer, Sophie. They don't care about that.
Well, just for their info. And in this new trailer, you have the family of one of the original Ghostbusters. Do you remember Egon Spengler? The kind of geeky, tall, dark-haired, curly-haired guy. He passed away a couple of years ago, and in this movie, Egon has passed away, and looks like his daughter and his grandchildren, they're having financial difficulty, and they're going to get evicted, or they're getting evicted, and they leave New York, and they go to the house that Egon owned in Somerville, Oklahoma. And apparently weird things are happening in Oklahoma, and also the kids and the mother don't even know about Egon's past and what he did. And so anyway, strange things are happening. In fact, it says on the daily basis there's rumbling in the ground where they are, and nobody understands it. And it's not just a little rumble, it's really everything shakes. In fact, this family is so scared they have to run and hide under the table. I guess they think it's an earthquake or fracking or something, but they're so upset about it, they go run for cover underneath the table. So it's really basically them. Well, I don't want to say anything else. I'll let Marco.
What did you think about the trailer, Sophie?
I liked the trailer. I thought it gave enough information to make me intrigued about watching the movie. Basically, it is not a reprisal or a reboot of what was done in the 80s. This is a continuation. So this is what would you call it? It's a different generation, a young generation becoming Ghostbusters or becoming involved with ghosts, or I don't know what you want to say, but they find out about their grandpa.
What did you think about it, though, Sophie?
I thought it gave enough information. I thought it looked really like an interesting movie, fun. I have no idea what to expect, but it sounds like they're making it relevant to today instead of just making it, everything has to be identical to what it was in the 80s. This is they're taking original things from before, because his stuff is all there in this shed or a garage or something. His Ghostbuster stuff, it's all down there in Somerville. They find it. And but it sounds like their take today on what's happening, and it looks good. And Paul Rudd is in it. He plays a summer school teacher, and that's a good thing because he's really good. So Marco, what do you want to say?
As you can see, this is why I don't do trailer reviews with Sophie. Okay, so I really like this trailer a lot. it was a perfect trailer to get us excited and to tell us exactly what it was gonna be without spoiling too much of the plot, like a lot of other trailers. What a lot of other trailers do is they basically just go through the story, but the story's cliff notes. They go 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the movie, and that's it. And but with this trailer, it was more about getting you excited again and showing you certain things and having certain music play that reminds you of Ghostbusters, the real Ghostbusters, not the gross feminist version that has nothing to do with the series. And so, but the thing is that I have to wonder, is this movie too late? Because really, this movie should have been made a million years ago. And Harold Ramis, when he was alive, he actually wanted to make this movie a lot. And he kept on trying to get Bill Murray to do it. And Bill Murray was the one who ruined it because he refused to do it. And so it's kind of, it felt off to me at first, regardless of what it was going to be, of doing a sequel now, because it just feels like it's a little too late. But this trailer actually changed my mind, and it got me really excited compared to what I was feeling before. And so I really like this trailer. And I'm not really a fan of Finn Wolfhard, because I've even seen Stranger Things. I'm not really a fan of him. I think he's kind of he's overrated as an actor. But I'll have to see the movie to find that out, because you have these fantastic kid stars from the 80s like Henry Thomas and E.T. and all those kids from the Goonies, Corey Feldman, Corey Haim, and those kid actors to me are a lot better than Finn Wolfhard. But then it also has Paul Rudd, and I like seeing Paul Rudd, and I like the look of the movie. I like the tone, so I would give this trailer an A+. This is really the only movie I'm excited for next year at the moment. I'm not excited for any other movie. What do you think, Safi? What would you rate this trailer?
I give it an A. I like Finn Wolfhard. I think it's interesting to see him grow up.
You've never seen a movie or a TV show with him in it, though.
What about It?
It? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. The thing is, Marco complains about me and reviewing trailers. Is I don't like watching trailers because I like to be totally. I like to face everything in an unexpected way and not. So I won't judge it that much. But I'm excited to see this and what they do. And I like Paul Rudd. He is from Kansas City, and that's where I'm from. And so I like him. I just saw him on Saturday Night Live just a couple days ago. He did a little, their little, whatever they call it at the beginning, their little intro skit. And I like him. I didn't even recognize him. He had a short haircut for it. He was playing Macron from France. Anyway, but I'm looking forward to it. Whether it should have been made earlier or not, maybe Jason Reitman had to learn how to be a director before.
No, that's not what happened. What happened is all the cast and crew wanted to do the movie,
Mm-hmm.
and Bill Murray stopped them, and he said, "No, I'm not doing that."
Oh.
And then Harold Ramis dies,
Oh, yeah.
and then immediately after, Bill Murray gets in that disgusting feminist propaganda movie, and then now he's doing the real sequel movie, and so really Bill Murray.
I think he must have had regrets.
He's the real villain of this series.
That's sad, because I think he must have had regrets. You just don't know when people get older, and even if it's in their 50s or early 60s, they can just pass away.
But to me, I like the plot, but you'll have to excuse me because I'm trying to forget about It, the new It movies. I don't even want to think about those anymore.
Well, I haven't seen any Stranger Thing episode ever, and not
He's
because I
better
don't.
in Stranger Things.
Not because I don't want to. I just haven't gotten around to it. And as far as looking forward to things, I'm praying that Better Call Saul, which isn't really a movie that's coming out in the theaters, is going to be better than it was last year. I'm also looking forward to, I guess, another series, and that's the Devil in the White City. So I guess
We don't know if that's coming out next year though,
yeah,
but
I know.
like with next year, if you look at all the stuff that's coming out, this is the only one that looks good so far. I was excited for the Big Lebowski spinoff, the non-official spinoff that John Turturro made, but then he did that interview where he said some stupid things that I don't want to talk about in this video because it's not relevant. But with Ghostbusters, I think it has the potential to be the best movie of the decade if it's done right, and that's a very controversial thing to say because a lot of people, they're saying this movie looks like a fan film. They're saying all a bunch of stupid things, but I guarantee that when they see the movie, if it's done right, it could be the best movie of the decade because we're getting the real Ghostbusters back in this movie. We have a good story, and apparently Egon retired from being a Ghostbuster and he lived on his ranch. But I want to know, what I'm curious about is what happened to Annie Potts, which I can't remember the name of her character.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm the only names I can remember from Ghostbusters are Winston, Egon, and Dana, and so I can't remember the secretary's name. I didn't remember that.
Ray is Dan Aykroyd.
But I'd love to know what happened to her character as well. And also what happened to all the other characters. I mean, what did they go off to do? Did they retire? Did they go off and become a sellout like Bill Murray? Or what? So, anything else we want to say, Safi?
Nope, I think that's good enough.
Okay. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
See you soon.